what's happening here. Big Uncle Shredneck. We're going to discuss today quickly, without making the video too long and going off on too many tangents, how ESPN, Tour de France, and Lance Armstrong specifically got myself into cycling, and numerous other Americans who are into cycling or presumably into it because of either Lance Armstrong, Greg LeMond, Tour de France. Not saying everyone, a lot of people. So before we start, I again, I'm not really going to make this too much about the morality, legal side of it. I know a lot of people get very tight and get their emotions very into reactive mode. Um, and everyone obviously has their opinion on steroids in sports. Quite frankly, given my age and growing up in the USA with cable, sports to me are sports that are in top 10. So we're talking you know era of Barry Bonds, Sosa, Ray Lewis, Shaquille O'Neal, who else? Ben Johnson, all these crazy athletes, Lance Armstrong, obviously on steroids, extremely entertaining. I don't care about it honestly because it's just the reality. It's the reality of life, and the whole message of work as hard as you can, blah blah blah, you'll make it, like that. That's obviously not true in a lot of cases. You have to have be in the top 1% of the population for your age and skill level, and maybe you'll have a chance of making it. So people's argument, oh, these PEDs are the reason these people make it. That's not true. They're the best without them, and if everyone didn't use them, they would still be the best. So that's my spiel on it. I'm not condoning it. I don't obviously think you know my opinion is fact of the matter. You can have your own opinion. That's again, not what this is really about, but just want to throw that in as the disclaimer. So again, get back to it. If you were into sports as an American growing up, again, you had cable, you watched Sports Center, just how it was. ESPN changed the game. Everything became about highlights, came more about entertainment, and for me, whatever. Entertainment to me is entertainment, whether it's TV, sports, music, blah blah blah. It all falls into the same category. So, people who are saying one one's better than the other or something, that's you know he neither here nor there. But again, back on topic. So Sports Center, ESPN changed the game. Obviously, Lance Armstrong from late '90s to mid 2000s was on ESPN all the time. That's how I learned about cycling. I rode a bike when I was younger. Didn't know that they raced them against each other in these crazy roads. The thing that I thought was cool about it was younger. I mean, I really just watched it because Lance Armstrong was American. Again, they talked about it all the time. Like some stuff, like when June hit, for example, and you thought about what was going to be on July and August. At least I did. I watched a lot of TV. I don't make any qualms about that. I watched a lot of TV. A lot of the TV watching was ESPN and Sports Center, and whatever they had on. So again, in the summer, you knew Home Run Derby was coming on. You knew MLB All Star Game, obviously, all other different baseball games, and you knew the Tour de France was going to be on, and you obviously had a good idea Lance Armstrong was probably going to win it. So again, watching when I was younger, I was like, man, this is something cool and something that later in life I'm definitely going to look into doing. I didn't want to take it up at the time because I was doing other sports that I was very serious about, but I always kept it in the back of my mind. Every summer, I always try to check out a little of the Tour de France. Because I remember it was on ESPN. Then it went to like Outdoor Life Network. Then it went to Versus, NBC. So always try to scope it out, see what was up. But what I thought was cool about it, obviously seeing Americans into it. They have a way to package it to people, but just kind of seeing the savagery and like how crazy these dudes were, because it's like kind of between a conventional and an extreme sport. A lot of like unwritten rules, guidelines. It goes back a long time. That's the conventional side. Then the extreme side is, they're going very fast down mountains and the time trials and stuff. So it was crazy stuff, and I thought it was really cool. Again, how I got into cycling later in life. I've been doing it seriously now several years, but didn't start to my early 20s. So obviously people have big head start. But I did another sport seriously for 20 years, so have a background in training and what to do with stuff like that. So the transition has been seamless, enjoying it. But again, yeah, Lance Armstrong, Tour de France, ESPN, Nike, Oakley, that stuff was cool. You know, they really knew how to entertain and package the entertainment for people, and get them out. I had a Live Strong bracelet. Everyone did that. Shit was just like the cool thing, you know. And again, not really here to talk about the whole other side of the story, morality, legal side, your issue, you know, whatever. Just like I said, I probably speak for a lot of Americans when I say Lance Armstrong, ESPN, Tour de France, got everyone into it. So yeah, that's it. And I still enjoy watching the tour every summer. And if you think any of the winners didn't use some kind of performance enhancers, I gotta say, not trying to be rude, but the naivety level is, but enjoy it, man. It's sports. Who cares? Honestly, like, it's sports. If people want to use stuff to go faster and be stronger, like, I'm not losing sleep over it. And other people going crazy about it, and different government agencies, spending a lot of time, money, and resources to figure out if a baseball player or some swimmer was trying to go faster, hit the ball longer. I mean, I think there's bigger fish to fry. Just my opinion, not delving into too much more. That's what we have. All right. This is stage 15 in 2000 on ESPN Plus. Oh, there's Il Pirata. This is they offer some. If you have ESPN Plus, they offer some free older stages of the Tour de France from like 99 and 2000. They've been up for a while. Pretty cool. Big yawn. Yeah, just cool to see. All right, that's what we got. Later.